About halfway through this film, I realised I had tensed my entire body. By the end, my heart had completely sunk and I was holding back tears. How does a film do that to you? My first viewing was completely based on recommendation. No trailer, no premise, no Oscar buzz. I was thinking Spinal Tap, but what I got was a visceral, emotional, and deeply human story of loss and realization. And I haven't been able to stop thinking about this film since. So back to the question, how does a film have that kind of impact on an audience? This would be a great topic for a video, I think. So I start my creative process and look for the right angle. What about the 5 stages of grief as a framework maybe? Seems like the character experiences the very human cycles of emotion, from denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Yeah, that's there, but it's not why it's so cathartic and satisfying. What about comparing the opening and closing images of the film, contrasting the darkness with the light, the noise volume with the silence, all encapsulating the character's journey? Not to mention the framing of hiding behind the drum set at first, which mirrors his inability to really show himself or look at himself honestly, compared to the much closer look at him at the end, centered, nothing to hide. I don't know, that's not it. Maybe it's the structure. Ruben's internal journey reminds me of K.M. Weiland's positive character arc. So I dig out the book. I dig out my handwritten notes on the book. And I beat out the story. His lie, his deeply held misconception about life is that as long as he's in control, he doesn't have to truly look at himself. And from this way of thinking, it gives us his want, his perceived solution. Have the operation and go back to how things were at the start. No growth, just fix it. I like this avenue, so I dig in a little bit more. His personalized truth, the thing that he actually requires, his need, is that he must learn to let go. In order to grow, he must face his reality, not just his hearing loss, but the actual internal drama of the film, which is his emotional baggage, his codependence, his addictive nature. The plot points line up perfectly, uniting the story with the theme and character development. That's all true, but it doesn't feel right. There's gotta be another angle. So I keep searching, scouring the internet for interviews and podcasts, wanting to get a sense of that magic sauce. I learned about the incredible sound design, the inclusion of the deaf community in the filming and preparation of the film. I watched Joaquin Phoenix praise Riz Ahmed's performance.
And you're just brilliant in this movie.
Totally deserved. But I don't have anything to add to that. I'm never going to find the right approach for this video. But then I start listening to the director, Darius Marder. Oh, he co-wrote Place Beyond the Pines? A movie that I love? And oh, this idea started with Darius in France, a filmmaker that I've always been fascinated with. Not just because of his body of work, but his approach. Like my video on Blue Valentine where I detailed Darius France's manifesto for making the film and how it informed his approach and why it turned out to be such a raw and powerful film. Okay, so I need to somehow tie these two guys together thematically. Seems like they're cut from the same cloth, resulting in deeply personal films. Something to do with how Darius shot the film chronologically, with the 7 months of drum and sign language lessons and time in the deaf community to give the actors experience, that time. You can't see that time on the screen, but you can feel it. You can't see the 2,000 pages of screenplay that Darius explored in various directions and backstories to find the characters, but you can feel it. Maybe that's the answer. It's somewhere in there. It's the approach. It's the depth. It's the careful authenticity. You know what? I'm totally lost. I can't figure out the creative process for this video, never mind the answer to this film.
It's hard, the creative process is always begging us to control it. We all want to control the creative process because then we're safe, then everything's okay. But actually, inspiration and impulse, they don't come from control. They come when we let go, when we trust. And that's always frightening. We have to be vulnerable and fragile every single time. And if we're not feeling that way, if we're experts, we've lost our way.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. I wanted to do something a little bit different to honor how special and creative I found this film, and let me know in the comments below if you found it as mind-blowing as I did. Be sure to subscribe for more videos on the way. I want to say a huge thank you to all my Patreons for making these videos possible. See you in the next one.